Sorry. Hello, interwebs! It's me, Tay, coming at you with another Losing It. Yep. Another mouthful from this person. I have absolutely no idea where I was going with that. Okay, so this video is going to be a tiny bit shaky because I am currently in my bed with my heating blanket because it is literally 12 degrees outside and I am freezing. Okay, so this week on Losing It, I want to talk about guilt. Because it's about time I lose that. So I told you all last week that I was going to do another 5-day fast. And I made it exactly 2 days into the 5-day fast. Some stuff happened. We got news that was not so great. And I fell back into really bad habits of binge eating. Now, I didn't do it so bad that I completely derailed my weight loss plan. Not that I fast necessarily for weight loss. I do it to balance my hormones, kickstart my metabolism, and keep my blood sugar in check. So, I'm not feeling guilty about not finishing the 5 days. I'm just not. I am still doing the ketogenics. I'm still doing the intermittent fasting. Not as well as I should be. And you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. I know that in, a week and a half, 2 weeks, I will be doing my first weigh-in on camera. And that kind of terrifies me. Not really. So. Guilt. Yes, I am losing the guilt. I'm not going to feel guilty over the mistakes I make. I know what happened. I now know what my trigger is. I have learned from this mistake. There's no reason for me to feel guilty over it. None. It has provided me very valuable information so that I can do better and be better next time. I say next time. Well, actually, okay, so this, I used to drink the whipped strawberry. Oh, I love the whipped strawberry so much. And the pina colada. But the sugar content in them is astronomical. I also don't drink them as often or as many because I used to be able to drink 3 of these a day as I used to. So you can see my lipstick marks. Today I had to take my son in for an MRI of his bladder and his kidneys and his aorta for some reason. Apparently it's the radiology's, I don't know, something they have to do. It's mandatory. They always check the aorta of anybody. Whatever. But it was super stressful. My son did absolutely amazing. But as a mom, watching your kid go through something like that, I mean, I got to see his insides. That was pretty cool. And they're as cute as his outsides. Which is weird. She let me see all of his, she put it on color, and she let me see his blood vessels that showed up in, reds and blues, and just, spider webbed out. It was so cool. He is literally as pretty on the inside as he is on the outside. I love that kid so much. But it stressed me out so much. Mostly because I don't know what's wrong with my kid. And it could just honestly be a behavioral issue. But if it's not, if it's a medical issue, I want to know, and I want to know now. And I want it fixed now. So I guess that's just a regular mom issue. So today I did a little binge eating. That kind of stress I haven't figured out how to... Woo! I dropped my phone. Sorry. Was transferring hands. Then I dropped my phone. So that kind of stress I haven't exactly figured out how to battle in the moment. And because my son missed breakfast at school, I took him to the grocery store and he got to pick out a donut. And Mommy gave into the upheaval of emotions and bought 2 for herself, which I ate and then felt like crap afterwards. I had stomach aches and this god-awful head rush, which I guess is, I've never really experienced a sugar high before, probably because I've never been low sugar before. So yeah, it's taken me a while to even keel myself, even out, and I still have a bit of an upset stomach. But it didn't end there, okay? Because I came home and I polished off my favorite keto stack, hot and spicy pork rinds. There weren't very many left in here, but you know, I'm supposed to be doing intermittent fasting, which means I'm not supposed to be eating till 5 o'clock. And that was at 10, so... Guess what? I'm not going to let myself feel guilty over it. I'm just not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick myself up, pat myself on the back, tell myself what fantastic progress I have made, you guys. I don't weigh myself this month at all until the end, because I'm joining a group of women who are trying to focus on non-scale victories, so that the scale doesn't become our entire measurement for success. Because as you guys know, that scale goes up a couple ounces and it can deteriorate all the success a person has made. So we make February no scale February. And we measure our successes in other ways. like, okay, so I have these gorgeous red pants that I bought for Christmas last year. And they were skin tight. Okay, they're 26 and they were skin tight. Oh my, I was so afraid to squat and play with my niece and nephew last Christmas because I was terrified my pants were going to split. So I wore them today and I have a lot of room. A lot of room. All of my clothes are that way. I went shopping with my mom this weekend to help her get ready for her big trip. I went shopping with my mom this weekend and tried on lots and lots of clothes from Fred Meyers. I have not shopped outside of a selective plus size shop or Amazon in so long. Just walking into a store and trying stuff on was pretty amazing. Trying on a 2X and having it fit was happy dance in my underwear in the middle of the dressing room. Awesome. And yes, that's exactly what I did. And strange people walking by and staring at me as I'm dancing in the hallway of the dressing room in my underwear because a 2X fit me. Little snug in the arms because, well, you know, I have bat wings. But, yeah. Oh well, I'm Batman. So, and then I did measure myself, and I've lost several inches everywhere but my thighs. For some ungodly reason, my thighs are not going anywhere. Don't know. Don't ask me. So, oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. It is really, really cold today, and I do not want to get up out of this bed. like, for anything. Unfortunately, I have about an hour before I have to leave and take my son to therapy. So, I'm so sorry it's so shaky, you guys. Again, like I said, sugar high. All that sugar. All the sugar and all the carbs, which is something my body hasn't had in forever. I am finding that I don't really have a sweet tooth. Even this morning, it wasn't necessarily about the sweet. It was... Ever since doing this, I haven't had any problems not eating sweets. And the few times I have eaten sweets, the few times I have gone non-keto, I end up feeling so sick that I really just don't want to do it again. I'm okay with not. And even if this is something that I don't do permanently, I will take the good parts of it with me. So yeah. I had a bloody nose today, though. That was weird. I haven't had one. No, that's a lie. I have had one recently. A couple months ago. I found the awesome powers of pickle juice, though, guys. Seriously, if you have leg cramps, Charlie horses, anything like that, pickle juice is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I fell on the ice yesterday. Not on the ice. I was really careful getting through the ice on my parents' back patio and into the house. But somebody had moved the board that sits right in front of the door to transition down because it's a pretty large step. They moved that board so that it was halfway, it ended halfway in the middle of the doorway, and my foot caught it just right and twisted like this. I rolled my ankle really bad and went down on my hip and then hit my head on the cabinet. That was not fun at all. So my ankle is a little bit tender. My hip is pretty well bruised, but my head is fine. And my parents' cabinet is fine. So, but yeah, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, guilt. I am losing the self-guilt. I am going to stop beating myself up for the mistakes that I make. I make them in parenting. You can click over to Coffee with Mom and see all of those mistakes. I talk about them quite regularly because I make them quite regularly. I make mistakes as a wife, housekeeper, cook, daughter, sister, reader, writer, whatever. I make a lot of mistakes. And I used to beat the crap out of myself. I used to let the guilt weigh me down. And I would literally beat the crap out of myself over the stupid things I would do and the mistakes I would make. And that would lead to, I don't know, flash eating, constant, intense hunger. I get really, really sad because I made the mistake. I'd blame myself for the mistake. In order to make myself feel better, I would eat. And I would eat bad stuff. Stuff that's not necessarily good for me. So I'm going to end the self-abuse cycle with me. I will no longer feel guilty over the mistakes that I make for any reason, and I will learn from them. They are learning tools. So next time I have to take my son to a really scary doctor's appointment, which is about in a month, I have to take him to a child urologist. There's something wrong with his bladder. I have to devise some sort of system or way to keep my stress levels manageable. And I will not stop by a grocery store. I don't care how early in the morning it is. If he has to miss breakfast and I have to get him something, I don't mind getting him a donut. He's not really allowed a whole lot of sugar, ever. So once in a while isn't going to kill him. But I will have myself or my husband or my parents get it the day before or whatever, when I'm not under constant stress and staring down the barrel of a freaking Bavarian cream-filled donut. That way I'm not tempted, and he can still have his donut. By the way, guys, the donut isn't just because he missed breakfast. It was an incentive for him to sit still during the MRI. And to even allow them to do the MRI, because if any of you out there have children with special needs, you know that getting them to do medical procedures of any kind can sometimes be hard. My son is afraid of everything, so we have to sedate him to have x-rays done of his teeth when he goes to the dentist. So yeah, the donut was used as an incentive for him to let them do what they needed to do, to participate, and to not throw a fit in the middle of urology. So, not urology, radiology, whatever. I don't care. The x-ray place, the MRI place. So, yeah, it's not something that he gets all the time. As a matter of fact, he gets it very rarely. Neither of my children do. So yeah, I think next time when I need something like that, I will go ahead and get it beforehand so that I am not tempted to partake in it myself. And that'll ease up on that. And then I will try out some new stress management techniques. I already do yoga a couple times a week. Doesn't really calm my stress all that much, but we shall try, we shall see, we shall succeed. Woohoo! So yeah, that is this week's. There's a lot of empty spaces in this video, you guys. It's been a week. It has been a week. Bad news piled on top of bad news, piled on top of really cold weather and 2 freak snowstorms that, as a matter of fact, yesterday was not my first time falling this last week. I think I told you guys last week when I did the video that I fell shoveling snow during one of the freak snowstorms. So this is the second time I have fallen on my left side. That side of my body's gonna hate me. Okay. So there's that. I'm really excited though, because this paycheck for my self-care items, I am buying a whole bunch of new makeup because I've really gotten into makeup and feeling pretty, and that has helped keep my attitude afloat quite a bit. So I get a whole bunch of new makeup and I'm so excited. Yay! And I'm thinking about getting a better charcoal, activated charcoal, because I still have a lot of staining on my teeth and I just can't get it to go away, and I really don't want to pay a dentist to bleach my teeth. And the crest strips and stuff, ridiculously expensive. So I already do activated charcoal, but I buy the capsules and I open it up and it's not working very well. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, because that's gross. Okay. That's from years of smoking. I stopped smoking, about 7 years ago. Almost 8 years ago. But for some reason, I still have the discoloration from it, which is nasty. So, there's that. There's that. So yes, this week I am working on losing the guilt. A lot. I don't have much to be guilty over though, honestly guys. Pretty awesome. No, I'm joking. So joking. I beat myself up so much over so many stupid things. In the fight I had with my husband just the other day, I spent an entire day beating myself up over it. Even though I was right and he was wrong. And then I got mean and vindictive because I'm a horrible person. But it led to a really good conversation between the two of us. Some learning and some growing happened. And I like to think that we became just a little bit closer. Hopefully. Ooh! Another non-scale victory, you guys. I was outside working the other day, and my wedding ring, I don't know if it was because it was cold or what, but it fell off my finger. As you guys can see, there is a band of fat. I gotta fix it. It's showing because there's a band of fat that kind of like holds it on. And I wish I had my tripod with me because I could literally show you how easy it is to pull this thing off of my hand. This is my third wedding ring. And this is my third wedding ring because, well, the first one got repoed. And the second one got too small. When I gained 130 pounds the last time, it became too small. So I needed something, and I was wearing a hair tie around my fingers, a placeholder. So for our 10th wedding anniversary, we went and got a new set of wedding rings, and I got a new engagement ring. And now they're too big. So big. So very big. It just circles, literally circles my finger. And the other day, combined with my weight loss and the cold, the bitter cold, it fell off. I had to pick it up out of the snow. It was insane. And even this one, which is my mother's wedding ring to my biological father, which usually sits on this finger here at the knuckle, I had to move over. It almost fits on my pinky all the way. So that'll be a happy day. So I had to move it to the bigger finger, to the knuckle there. So we're getting there. Slowly but surely we are getting there, and I will be the person I want to be, because this is the year that I have dedicated to losing it. Come lose it with me. Toodles!